What is going on, fight fans? So I'm going to bring you through a little bit of a journey of kind of how I try to master games and things that I do to try to be in the top leaderboards. Now, keep in mind, I've been number one in the world in multiple games. I was number one in the world in Braid. I was number one in the world for speed runs in Mirror's Edge. I was the only ranked level 10 on Virgin Gaming for Fight Night Champions. And I even represented the United States via Microsoft for the first ever Motion Gaming World Tournament, where I was flown out to San Diego, California and given full pass for Comic-Con, in which one of the days I actually competed on stage. And there's been a bunch of other ones like Ninja Gaiden. When they had a leaderboard, I was top 10. But I don't say this to brag, even though it's definitely 100% bragging. I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying that so that you can hear me out and listen to my process. One of the things that a lot of people do that they think is going to help them be better is just to keep playing. Well, even in Fight Night Champions, for example, I should just keep playing. If I keep playing, it'll click. But it just doesn't work like that. You need to get all of the mechanics, try to memorize all the mechanics, have it so memorized that it's in the back of your brain. And then when that process is done, you start to practice without the pressure of someone attacking you, someone trying to defeat you, because that allows you to do it with a clear mind. To do it so much that you create the grooves in your brain that connect to your muscles and your twitch fibers, so that they are in line with the actions that you want to do even before you think of doing those actions. Your reaction time becomes much better because of it. Just so I can make it easy for you to understand, because a lot of people are like, no, that doesn't make sense. Why play it by myself? That's not gonna teach me. Yes, it will. It is the equivalent of trying to learn how to play a guitar in front of a live audience who wants to hear you play the guitar. You're not gonna learn how to play the guitar on the fly like that. And even if you've gotten better, you're not gonna become really good if every time you practice, you're practicing in front of a live audience who's booing you because they're trying to listen to good music. It's the same pressure that you feel mentally if you go online and you're playing someone who doesn't care that you're trying to learn how to do certain mechanics. They're there to whip you. So we're gonna get into Hellish Quart, and Hellish Quart is brand new. So this is a really good way for me to show my process when I'm first starting to try to master a game. And yes, I am trying to master Hellish Quart. Without any further ado, I know this was a long introduction. Let's go ahead and get into it. It's Edward, and you're watching Boxing Fanatico. So here we are. First thing I do is I go into practice. Now, I have already been doing this, so you're going to get like an explanation version of what I was doing, because obviously, you know, I've been playing the game and everything like that. So I'll go into tutorial. No, not tutorial, I'm sorry. I do practice versus player, right? Because I don't even want the computer bothering me. What I do is I press this. I also press here. That way, you know, we get the custom skin. How do I do the custom skin for this guy? It doesn't matter. Okay, so we're gonna go into the dojo, obviously, to train. All right, so here we go, right? We only got wooden sticks. Now, this guy is not moving. He's not moving, so it allows me to do what I want, right? The number one thing you guys need to know in any kind of game like this is you need to at least be able to know all of these moves. Now, the unique thing about, and know what the uniqueness is of the game. Now, I had to actually, because I like Isabel a lot, which is a girl that I'm using, I had to figure out sword styles, actual historical sword styles, and what her sword, what advantages it has, especially since this game is a simulation. It basically, if I figure that out, the game is trying to replicate it with the physics-based system. So I found out that, yes, she has a long sword. So when someone has a long sword, basically they become essentially zone keepers. So you stay far away and you keep your opponent at a distance where you can strike, but they can't strike you, or they can't comfortably strike you. Now, I also figured out about swords, because I don't know much about swords, is that the end of it is weaker than the centerpiece of it. So the centerpiece, the closer I am with my strikes, the more likely I am to make a kill. But also the more likely I am to get hit by my opponent. So I can be close enough where their strike is going to be weaker and my strike is going to be stronger. So remember, the closer you are to the handle of the sword, the harder the sword is. The closer you are to the tip, the weaker the sword is. So that means it's not going to break blocks too much and things of that nature. So I figured out all her combos. I figured out which combos link. I found out that she has an infinite type combo, which is if I walk forward and I do this kind of thing right here. Hold on one second. I walk forward and do this. It's infinite. And you also have to know in this game, the foot that you have, whatever foot you have in front, changes your entire animation. So I have this left foot forward. I have to do Y. Actually, no, I have, hold on, let me switch back. I have this foot forward. I have to do X, Y, X, Y, X, Y to do that combo. But if I was to be with this foot forward, my right foot forward, I have to do it starting with the Y. So it's Y, X, Y, X. And that changes my combo. And for example, if I'm on this side, this foot, this Y, Y attack, where I'm like just hacking at you, I can't do it on this foot. So if I try it, this is what will happen. I will switch over. It won't do that attack. It'll switch me over. So understanding your attacks depending on what foot you are in is important as well. And then also understanding your timing. So there's different stance for her. This stance is really good if someone is really pressuring me and they don't want me to zone. So I basically put my sword out and it's very threatening. This character is threatening because her sword is so long. So you have to play the psychological game. It's like boxing. It's like anything. There's chess that's being played in the person's mind. If you want to take away the pawn that allows them to just jump in, you stick your sword out. Or you show how effective you are with your sword being so long, right? Let's get it on my left foot. So if the person's trying to come in, trying to attack, I'll put my sword out. If they try any attempts, I can stab in, right? If they really try, I can stab forward. Like if they try to get away, but they're within range for me, I can basically stab forward, right? So if they're not engaging me, but I don't want to go chase them, I can puff my chest out, so to speak, as you would in boxing. Keep your chin up, puff your chest out to make it more comfortable for them to come in. If I do this, it drops my sword. This allows my opponent psychologically to think, okay, the sword is not in my face. I have an opportunity here. I've been uncomfortable the entire time because that sword was basically sticking out, looking at me. Now it's not. Let me move in. Now, I found out a move that she does from here that is incredibly effective, and it is tapping B. So if they come in, I tap B, I do an up strike and a down strike, right? And that up strike and down strike does two things. It either hits their sword for what's called a riposte. So if they're blocking, it'll make the sword do this. And because I immediately come down with a down strike, I could either riposte and strike, or if they come in and strike, I can catch him with the upswing. So if he was to come in at me, and sometimes to be really smart, I do a deceptive way of walking. I'll walk towards you, but I'm walking towards you and sidestepping. So if you were to do an attack, it could miss me, and then my attack, wham, can catch him right there, right? Also, she has an upcut that's reversed depending on what leg I have forward. So I have this right foot forward. Her upcut is gonna be wham, wham. If I have this foot forward, it's backwards. So it's wham, wham. So I have to reverse it, like reverse what I press. Instead of pressing B, then X, I have to press X, then B. Here, it won't work. See, she does that instead. So I have to press X, then from this leg forward, it's X, then B. Going backwards is X, B. But I can keep doing it. So if you keep coming, I can keep doing it. See? Keep coming, I can keep doing it. And of course, when they get comfortable or when I keep them at a distance, I can immediately, boom, the lunging attack. I don't like to do it. Notice how you see how he blocked it? I don't like to do it when I know that they're not doing something. So normally I do it right immediately after an attack, or if I create some type of distraction and then do it. One thing that I like to do, for example, if I stick my sword out, I pay attention to what my opponent does. So if I'm sticking my sword out and my opponent likes to stick his sword out and knock my sword down, what I'll do is I'll stick my sword out, see him stick his sword out, retract my sword, and when he goes, and then he goes for that motion to go like this, while he's in that motion, I'll come in and smack him and kill him. Or I'll stick my sword out. If somebody has a sword that's long, that sticks out, I'll knock their sword out the way first, and then I'll come in. So I'll knock it out the way, and then I'll come in and attack. Because they'll get knocked out the way, they'll try to reposition, but then I'll hit them. So that is basically, the things that I do. I'll either switch legs if I want to do the double hit on the top, I'm sorry, I'll switch to my right if I want to do the multiple hits to the top like this. I'll switch back if I want to do a down cut and strike to the top, or I'll switch back if I want to do an upcut and stab, because I can't do that upcut and stab from the other direction. And also, of course, moving. If I want to do that swing this way, I have to make sure that my legs are positioned correctly. So if I see somebody's sword is on their left hand, I'll keep my left foot forward like this so I can do that swing. If they try to attack, I can come in sideways and attack them. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into some online games and we're going to test out all of these things and test the psychology of all of these things. But remember, you have to make sure you got all this stuff down packed. All of their combos, all the different things that they can do. You want to make sure you got it all down packed before you get into a match. You don't want to do it under the pressures of a match. You don't want to do this stuff under the pressures of a match. You want to do all this stuff without the pressures of a match. Whoop, whoop. See, I could do that forever. That's my only linked attack that can go forever. Wham, 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 wham. But obviously you get tired with the swings too. And I like to stab. I can do a small stab and I can step in and stab. But you always gotta get that sword out the way before you can do it. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to an actual online fight. All right, so we got an online fight going on here. It looks like this person's trying to pick Isabel as well. So it's gonna be an Isabel versus Isabel fight. Our swords are exactly the same length, so I have to be a little bit smarter in how I attack because of this. I can't really do this move right here that's inviting, because it's incredibly difficult for me to get the range to get the kill off of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read him. I'm going to allow him to strike a few times just to see his temperament. He looks like he wants to strike wild. So what I'll do is I'll time him. He'll strike and I'll come in. Oh, wow. He blocked it. But hey, listen, it's physics based. When something's physics based, you got to take the good with the bad. His sword was in the way. Now I'm sidestepping. Got him. Sidestepping away from that sword, essentially. I hope this guy picks a different person, because it's gonna allow me to. Woo! That's my strike, my X, and sidestep. The ones that I was showing you. As he came in, once I felt that sword, once I heard the sound of the sword touching my sword, and I felt that vibration, I just sidestepped and strike. See, that move, I think I got caught. That move is not good if you defend it. See? That move is not good if you defend it. You have to time that lunge. So I hit him with the top smack, which is why. But you have to defend that lunge. It looks like this guy likes to pick Isabel too, so we're gonna be doing some Isabel versus Isabel's fights. And because she has that lunge, that sword down stance, that stance right there is very dangerous. So I don't want to do it. This could be intimidating, seeing this out here. If she makes a mistake, like try to attack or anything, and I'm in range, I'm gonna stab. Ooh, nice. Nice. That's also dangerous for me too, because I don't have my sword in position for blocking. I have it straight out. So good data to get. You know, this person is going to see, now they got their sword out. What I could do is I could stick my sword out, kick their sword out the way, and then attack. And that's what she's doing right now. I'm probably gonna. Got her, but she got me too. This is a psychological game. All of this allows you to understand more and more what people are likely to do. She's pretty close. Ooh, I went for a grab. Not good. I went for a grab at that moment. Got a sword sticking out. That's good. Ooh, I got her right at the last second, saving the game for myself. That sidestep X helps, man. She got her sword out. I gotta make sure she doesn't want to try to lunge or use it for a lunging attack. She sticks her sword out, I'm gonna kick. Ooh. Ah! Good, good, good. So what she did, or what he did, was essentially use my, like, me putting out the sword to basically attack me, which was smart. Okay, we got a different person in here now. We got a different person who's going to probably use a different character. Okay, now with this character, I could probably go ahead and use other tactics that I don't use with people who have long swords. All right, so 1-1. So now my sword is threatening to this person because I can control zone. If they try to get in, see, I'm threatening, right? Let's switch to my left foot forward so I can bring the sword down. He's gonna see it, he's gonna feel more comfortable coming in. Got him, see? See? As soon as he came in range, I hit him with the strike. This is the psychology. You're putting your pawns out, you're making them panic, thinking they're gonna, you're putting out, not even your pawns, you're putting out your rooks, making them panic. Rooks and bishops are coming out. And then when you pull them away, they think, oh, I got a clear path to victory. And then you just strike. Now, you can't do it all the time because what ends up happening is that they'll figure something out. You want to keep those things in your back pocket. So now I'm doing something different. I'm trying to zone him. I'll stick this out. If he comes into my zone, boom. Keep him away from me completely. Stay your short sword butt back there. Using long swords the way they're designed to be used. Now I'm a sidestep, boom. Right there. That was cake. That was cake. He's gonna use somebody else. Now this gentleman right here is a little bit difficult because he has a lot of stance switching. So trying to figure out what moves he's gonna do could be a little bit challenging because he could stance switch just from his walk. Now if you pay attention to his feet, look at his feet. he'll stand switch just from his walk. There's from a strike. There he stands switching, like moving his left foot back, his left foot forward. Yeah, see? I can't really do that. If I wanted to stand switch, I would have to swing my sword like that. And now I have my left side where I can do, my right side foot where I can do the double tap with triangle. I mean with Y. But I'm trying to read him. I'm trying to read him before I attack. I don't feel comfortable on that side. I want to be on this side where I can do different attacks. All right. He's sticking out his sword. What I'm going to plan to do is lunge him, but I have to wait for him to make a mistake. If he attacks from a horrible range, I'm going to go in for it. I try to knock his sword out the way. Ooh. Let him make a mistake. Oh. Just testing him. Testing what his reactions will be. He doesn't react quickly to it. There we go. Oh! Okay. He got the block on there. All right, cool. We'll still try it. We'll still try it. He went. Boom. Oh! Wow. Didn't get the kill. You see what I'm talking about in terms of weak size and strong size? Because I took that chance to be at a further distance, I hit him with a weaker side of the sword. So I'm trying to hit him with the stronger side of the sword. If I hit him with the strong side of the sword, it puts me in a more disadvantageous position. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and give him some comfort. We're gonna drop the sword. He's gonna try to come in. Wow, he repulsed my attack. See, this is what I'm telling you. This guy's footwork is what makes him difficult. Because if you want to kind of time him, but he switches his stance so much. So I'm trying to keep him at a distance. Ooh, double kill. So he's a non-aggressive fighter who does intermittent swings. Like that. Almost as a protective thing for any type of a lunge attack that I'm going to do. So now I know that my lunge attacks are in danger of him swinging. But if I can time how he swings or when he swings, I can probably get in a good lunge attack. Keep my... Ooh. Wow. That was good. That was good. I didn't get no kills on that one. But this is the learning process. This is the mastering process. This is what you do when you're trying to master something. Oh, make sure that my PC don't lose no batteries. All right, we're good. Testing. Okay, we're good. Yeah, we're good. Ooh, that's a lunging strike to the neck. Okay. So he's being more aggressive right now, so far at this moment, but you gotta keep reading him. See what he does. Last time I pulled that out. Wow. That was I was too far for that attack. I saw that I had kicked his sword out the way and got him. And I wanted to go in, but I took too much time. This is where, as you're getting your timing, you're going to start doing those things well. Wow. He got the kill. Good. So I think I have one. Do I have a kill? Yeah, I have one kill on him, and I think he has 2 kills on me. If I'm not mistaken. I think I have 1 kill on him, he has 2 kills on me. There's another person with a long sword, so I have to be very careful. What I do is I walk to my sideways and forward. See, it gets me away from that stab. You see how that stab missed me? Because I'm walking sideways. See that? Walking sideways. See? Boom. Boom. I'm walking sideways and forward to avoid. I'm taking my whole body off the center line, basically, because if that person jumps in and stabs, they're going to jump in and stab straight. See? Right there? See? Boom. Understanding, you got to understand not only your character, but you definitely have to understand your other opponents. If someone has a long sword, I know the things that they can do, and I'm trying to avoid that. All right, the only reason we double killed each other was because I had to stop to do that swing. All right. Boom. I baited him with my sword. He came in, and I just struck. Either we were both going to die, or I was going to strike him before he struck me. Now, this character that he's about to pick is super fast, so I have to be aware of the speed of this character and how they can create angles on me easily. So right now, I'm just trying to see how aggressive he is. He's a little aggressive. He's being a little bit aggressive. I want to see what he does when my sword is stuck out like this. I want to knock his sword out the way. Oof. That's the thing. When you knock the sword out the way, you only have a little bit of time. Knock it out the way and then dive forward. All right. So let's see. Ooh, got him. I try to keep the zone protected. I stepped back. He stabbed me a little bit, but it was with the weak side because I was far enough, and I was able to capitalize while his sword was off his guard. So I'm moving sideways because I know he has speed, so I'm forcing him to go into one direction. All right. So I know he's pretty aggressive. I'm gonna hit him with this. I'm gonna allow him to exercise that aggression, and I'm gonna try to counter. Boom! Right there. Right there. Perfect timing. He's being aggressive, so if I give him more of a reason to be aggressive, he's probably gonna take the bait. Knock it out the way. Bam! Wow. Lucky him. I hit him with the wrong side of the sword. With I wasn't close enough. But that's basically what I wanted to do. I just pulled it off without killing him. Luckily, I was able to finish him off after the fact. But that's what essentially I want to do. A lot of people want to pick different characters, and it's cute to pick different characters to get, variety. That's nice. You can get some variety. But here's the thing. You're going to be good with all these people. You're not going to be great with anybody. Main a character. Learn to have the patience and the wherewithal to main one character. That way you can master the movement, the timing, because everybody here is completely different in this game. You can't pick one and you pick them all. They're all different. The way they move. Isabel, the person I use, she has a long sword, but she moves incredibly slow. So I have to compensate for that by controlling my zone. This person is being aggressive in this attack too. I need to move to my left foot, bring this sword down. Bam! Don't come in my zone. Don't come in my zone, especially with your aggressive butt. Don't come in my zone. All right, we're going to stick this out here. Stick this sword out here. What you want to do? What you trying to do with that sword? What you trying to do? You want to hit it? What you trying to do? Boom. Boom. Yo. Wow. What does he have? A bulletproof vest on? I literally stabbed him twice. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's show a little bit of aggression. There you go. Show a little bit of aggression. To get him a little bit more aggressive on, like, psychologically thinking that we're striking. Give him some breathing room. Give him some breathing room. Come in. Come in. Bam. Coming in while walking sideways to create a deceptive feeling that I'm just walking sideways, but I'm actually closing the distance at the same time. And then I went ahead and struck him with that attack. Wham. Wham. All right. Let's see what happens. Kick that sword out the way. Ooh, he kicked my sword out the way. Cool. Go ahead. Try to kick my sword out the way. Go ahead. Go ahead. My sword is right in front of you. Boom. He's so distracted. He's so distracted by the sword and annoyed and frustrated because the sword is such a dangerous thing. that's bothering him. I'll do one more, guys. I'll do one more. It's bothering him that in his head he's like, man, get this sword out the wham. Get that person to stop thinking defensively and start moving mentally to the offense. It's all chess, just like boxing, nothing different. Drop this. Let's see how aggressive he gets. He hasn't caught on to the aggression of what I do when I drop this. See, he's coming in. He's coming in. We're moving sideways. Boom. Boom. He has not caught on to that move. So that move, if he does catch on, then I can flip it. That can be something to keep him away from me. And then do this, and then come off that stance and immediately jump in with a lunge. So if he ever catches on, boom, he is not catching on to that, man. He is not catching on to that. All right, let's act as if he did catch on, right? If he stays far away. Ooh. That's the dangers of it, but that's what makes it so enticing. My sword isn't up. You're going to come in. Yeah, he's going to get caught again. Boom. He got caught, but he caught me. Yeah, he's so aggressive. Now, after playing him so many times, I already know that he's a very aggressive player. So I could wait for him to do a swing like that and come in. Whoop. All right. Keep swinging. Keep swinging. I'll stay defensive. I'll stay defensive. You keep swinging. He swings. One more time. Ooh. Good. He timed that well. So he's doing multiple swings. Now I got to think. Multiple swings. Okay. I can't just lunge in. I got to wait until he finishes his combinations. 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2. Boom. That's how you play the psychological game. Play chess on the board or whatever. Pawns, rooks, knights, all of that. That's how you do it. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. But this is just the process. I'm still trying to master the game. But this is the process that I go through. I memorize all of the buttons. I press all the buttons and keep doing them in a comfortable environment. I don't learn my guitar while also... I don't learn my guitar while also performing live in front of a live audience. So that's basically the gist of it. Learn the buttons and the commands and everything and how to take your combos out on your own without the threat of an attack. And then learn the chess pieces that while you're trying to have that memorization, you're getting that memorization, then you do the psychological game, and that's never going to happen with the CPU. You always have to do that with the actual human player. So you move on to a human player, you play with the human player, and you try to get a feel for him. And a lot of the people psychologically, they do the same things. There's certain things that people do the same no matter what. They see a big sword sticking out at them, they're gonna be like, whoa, I'm not gonna just walk right in. Let me knock this sword out, or let me try to go around, or let me try to, they're gonna do a lot of different things to stop you from like threatening them with that sword, or they won't, or they'll be hesitant. Some people will be aggressive, some people are oddballs, but when you do that to see what they do. Oh, he's swinging like crazy. Okay, cool. You swinging. Wham, you come in and take him out. Or if the person is an aggressive person, you're like, oh boy, this person is aggressive and my sword is sticking out. That means if I put my sword down, this person is really going to feel comfortable coming in and try to attack. So I put my sword down, the person's coming in, wham, hit them with the counter. So that's basically, this is nothing, there's no difference between this and boxing or like fencing. This is essentially fencing. There's always a psychological game that you're playing. You're trying to take away their pawns. You're taking away their rooks. If their powerful thing is that they got speed, you take away their speed by circling around. You've basically killed their rooks and knights because now they don't have speed. If they have combos, you take away their combos by zoning. Now they can't come in and do combos on you. They're just comboing the air. You know what I mean? If they're aggressive, you take that away by punishing the aggression every time. So hopefully this helped you kind of think on how to try to be like master a game or be really good at a game or try to be at the top of the leaderboards in games. Hopefully this helped you understand that concept. because since I'm just now doing it with this game, I kind of wanted to show that process. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.